Success doesn't just happen. It's not an accident. Success is attracted to certain kinds of people. And today, we're going to talk about how you can become that person who attracts success like a magnet. Now, some of you might be thinking, but I'm not successful yet. How can I attract success? Well, let me tell you something. Success isn't just about what you have. It's about who you are. It's about the person you become in the process of achieving your goals. You see, success leaves clues. If you look at successful people, you'll notice they have certain habits, certain ways of thinking, certain attitudes that set them apart. And the good news is, these are all things you can learn and develop. So let's start with the foundation. The first step in becoming the person who attracts success is to take full responsibility for your life. Now, I know that might sound a bit scary, but it's actually incredibly empowering. When you take responsibility, you're saying, I am in control of my life. My success or failure depends on me. You stop blaming others, you stop making excuses, and you start taking action. I remember talking to a young man once who was complaining about his job. He said, I hate my job. My boss is terrible. The pay is lousy. I'm stuck. And I asked him, well, what are you doing about it? He looked at me blankly. He hadn't even considered that he could do something about it. That's the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. Successful people don't wait for things to happen. They make things happen. They don't say, I can't. They ask, how can I? Now, let's talk about goals. If you want to attract success, you need to know what success looks like for you. You need to have clear, specific goals. I like to think of goals as a destination on a map. If you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you get there? How will you know which road to take? But here's the thing about goals. They need to be your goals, not your parents' goals for you, not society's goals, not what you think you should want. Your goals need to be what you truly desire. I once met a woman who was miserable in her high-paying corporate job. She had achieved what many would consider success. Good salary, nice car, big house, but she wasn't happy. When I asked her what she really wanted to do, she said she'd always dreamed of opening a small bookstore. That was her true goal. And once she acknowledged it and started working towards it, her whole life changed. She became energized, passionate, alive. That's the power of pursuing your own goals. Now, having goals is great, but it's not enough. You need to write them down. There's something magical that happens when you put pen to paper. It's like you're sending a message to your subconscious mind saying, this is important. Pay attention to this. And don't just write them once and forget about them. Review your goals regularly. I recommend reading them every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed. This keeps them fresh in your mind and helps you stay focused. But here's where many people go wrong. They set a goal, and then they sit back and wait for it to happen. That's not how it works. Goals without action are just wishes. You need to take consistent, persistent action towards your goals. This is where discipline comes in. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's what gets you out of bed early to work on your business when you'd rather sleep in. It's what makes you save money for your future when you'd rather spend it now. It's what pushes you to keep going when things get tough. Now, I know discipline isn't a very popular word these days. We live in a world of instant gratification. Everyone wants success now without putting in the work. But let me tell you, there are no elevators to success. You have to take the stairs. Think about it this way. Every day you're building your future. Every action you take, every decision you make is like laying a brick. One brick might not seem like much, but if you lay a brick every single day, eventually you'll have built a wall. Keep going, and you'll have a house. That's how success works. It's the result of small, consistent actions over time. But here's the exciting part. As you develop discipline and take consistent action, you start to see results. And those results motivate you to keep going. It becomes a positive cycle. Success breeds success. Now let's talk about something that's crucial if you want to attract success. Your mindset, your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. If you plant negativity, doubt, and fear, that's what will grow. But if you plant positivity, confidence, and faith, that's what will flourish. So you need to be very careful about what you allow into your mind. The books you read, the TV shows you watch, the people you spend time with, all of these influence your mindset. I always say, if you want to know what your life will look like in 5 years, look at two things: the books you read and the people you associate with. These have a profound impact on your thinking and consequently your actions and results. Speaking of books, let me ask you something. How many books have you read in the last month? The last year? Successful people are readers. They're always learning, always growing. They understand that formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. I recommend reading at least 30 minutes a day. Read books on success, on business, on personal development. Read biographies of successful people. Learn from their experiences, their mistakes, their insights. And don't just read. Apply what you learn. Knowledge isn't power, it's potential power. It becomes power only when you act on it. Now, let's talk about another crucial aspect of attracting success. Your attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. It's not what happens to you that determines your future. It's how you respond to what happens to you. I remember a story about two shoe salesmen who were sent to a developing country to assess the market potential. The first salesman called back and said, "Situation hopeless. No one wears shoes here." The second salesman called back excited and said, "Incredible opportunity. Everyone needs shoes." Same situation, two different attitudes, two very different outcomes. The person with the positive attitude sees opportunity where others see obstacles. But having a positive attitude doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means facing challenges with the belief that you can overcome them. It means seeing failures as lessons, not defeats. And let me tell you something about failure. It's not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every successful person has failed many times. The difference is they didn't let failure stop them. They learned from it and kept going. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before he successfully invented the light bulb. When asked about it, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the attitude of a successful person. Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to success: your habits. Your habits are the daily actions that shape your life. As Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Successful people have successful habits. They have routines and practices that support their goals and values. Things like waking up early, exercising regularly, planning their day, continuously learning. These are all habits of successful people. The good news is, habits can be developed. It takes about 21 days to form a new habit. So if you want to attract success, start developing success habits, pick one habit you want to develop and focus on it for the next 21 days. Then move on to the next one. Remember, small changes can lead to big results over time. If you improve just one each day, after a year, you'll be 37 times better. That's the power of consistent, incremental improvement. Now, let's discuss something that's absolutely crucial if you want to attract success: your network. You've probably heard the saying, your net worth is determined by your network. And it's true. The people you associate with have a huge impact on your success. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that for a moment. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are they where you want to be in life? Do they inspire you to be better? Do they support your goals and dreams? If not, it might be time to expand your circle. No, I'm not saying you should abandon your old friends, but you should seek out people who are where you want to be. People who challenge you to grow, who inspire you to reach higher. One of the best ways to do this is to find a mentor. A mentor is someone who's already achieved what you want to achieve. They can guide you, share their experiences, help you avoid common pitfalls. Having a good mentor can shave years off your learning curve. But remember, mentorship is a two-way street. You need to bring value to the relationship too. Be eager to learn, be respectful of their time, and most importantly, apply their advice. Another powerful way to expand your network is to join groups or associations related to your field or interests, attend seminars, workshops, conferences. These are great places to meet like-minded people and potential mentors. Now let's talk about something that's often misunderstood when it comes to success. Money. Money is important, no doubt about it. It's a tool that can help you achieve your goals and live the life you want. But it's not everything. I've met plenty of people who were financially wealthy, but poor in other areas of life. They had lots of money, but no time to enjoy it. Or they had successful careers, but their personal relationships were a mess. True success is about balance. It's about being successful in all areas of life. Your career, your relationships, your health, your personal growth, your contribution to society. That's why it's so important to define what success means to you. Don't just chase after society's definition of success. Figure out what a successful life looks like for you.